allow yourself to fall back into yourself a little bit. Allow yourself to let go a little bit and to sink into yourself. What we're going to look at now is it's a subtle space. And what we want to look at is the experience of experiencing tension within ourselves in a space that's safe. We're going to start to isolate the difference between the emotional qualities and the field that gets created in our relationship. One of the easiest metaphors I thought of is if you imagine when you were a child, or maybe if you have a child, imagine a time when your child came back or you came back home from school. You had a terrible day. The kids teased you. The teachers were mad at you. And you were terribly upset. The world was collapsing, and you can experience that young mind just with the sense of the world closing in on itself. You walk home from school, you open the door, and you're home, you walk home, and you're in an environment that is safe. So you may be feeling incredibly agitated, upset in a way that is, as a child, it's beyond your control, but you walk into a space where you experience the stability, you experience the warmth, you experience the affection, you experience the acceptance, you experience the support, the strength, the spaciousness, the perspective. Likewise, we can flip that around, so we can also experience joy in a field that's unsafe, unhappy, unwholesome. And now picture the last time that you may have been with your partner, having just a beautiful lunch in the afternoon in the middle of work. You went out, something good happened, or you just shared a moment together. And you just felt that sense of joy, that sense of effervescent updraft, that sense of upliftment, that sense of wholesomeness. And it just filled your being. You said goodbye, you partied, you had to go back into work, and you walked into an office catastrophe. You walked into a board meeting of mistrust and contention and anger and frustration. You walked into a failing project where everyone was blaming everyone else. You walked in, and because you were experiencing so much joy, you knew that that environment actually had nothing to do with you. And allow yourself to feel into that. Allow yourself to sink back and experience what it's like when you're filled with that kind of love and wonder and happiness. And when you walk into an environment, a space, a consciousness that's fractured, that's disjointed, that's disaffected, that's filled with mistrust, that's taut, it has no space, it's jagged. Now, if you allowed yourself to get in touch with both, you can see that we have an emotional experience, and then there's a quality to the space and the field of consciousness around us. They're interrelated. The quality of the environment will affect us, and we can also affect the environment. And this is part of the interplay, that we start to become sensitive in relationship, and we start to see how the two interrelate, and we also start to see that we can create an environment that will affect our good and bad moods in one way or another, and our good and bad moods will affect the environment similarly.